Future Now Show. Brought to you by the Club of Amsterdam.
Hello there, futurists, and welcome to the Future Now Show, brought to you by the Club of Amsterdam. Tonight from Germany, I'm brought by Phyllis Josefine, also known as Dada, a future multimedia artist and musician. Good evening.
Hello.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
I'm very fine.
Yeah.
And you?
I'm okay, thank you. We're getting there. So, would you like to tell me a little bit about yourself?
It's always hard to tell exactly of what I'm doing or what I'm actually about to do. But I'm 24 years old now. I live in Germany, and I'm trying to work on a vision where I can shape the new music industry in a new way. Yeah.
Okay. Let's say I've looked at a lot of your work, and it's very, very futurist, very sci-fi, alternate worlds. There's a lot of escapism, and so where do you see in technology in the rise of augmented reality, virtual reality? How do you see this pushing your work forward further?
I think with augmented reality and also virtual reality, we have completely different worlds we're opening for not only like the people who can experience, but for the music industry and like the entertainment base. So I
Okay.
think augmented and virtual reality will completely change the experience of music and what is music and the visual art to that. I think music will be more connected to visual stuff than ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with your latest track, Power, I've watched it. I've loved it. I was completely immersed by it. I was like, so with the new tech influencing the new Bjorg album, with the virtual reality and the ability to jump into the music and demonstrating an entire spectrum of input for emotion, senses, manipulation, is that something you'd like to get into?
Um, what exactly do you mean I need to get into?
No, I say exploring further technologies to push your artwork. So, because I know you had a background in different mediums, and right now it's more audio. Let's say if it was more,
Yeah.
if you could create an installation for your work, how would you feel about that?
Um, I think I would more and more get nearer to like a very pure point of expression
Hmm.
and what I really am feeling and what I want to project onto other people's, what can I say, minds or realities, that they can experience what I can experience. And the closer I get to this, I just wanna see what happens. That's something that, yeah.
No, I'd say I'd like to see more. I
Yeah.
say, I say with the new like the rise in AI chatbots and the technology and the knowledge of is growing for chatbots. Like chatbots are popping up all over the place. Would you be interested in like see if you could imprint your art style on AI, and then have them collaborate with yourself to produce more atmospheric music digitally?
I think I think I would be very down to do that. At the moment, I'm actually also trying around with a friend, Sean, and he is trying around with neural networks and pushing some of my sounds into them and see what happens. And
No.
it's very interesting, but it's
Yeah.
also kind of very weird. And there's sometimes like really low pitched sounds coming out, and you're like, maybe I
Yeah.
can't use that. But it's still like a process. And I think with like a bigger AI and someone I can maybe even communicate with, that would be just such a different experience with creating art, even with like if I have an artificial intelligence on my side. I think like the whole sense of art would just change, and for a lot of people too, like
Mm.
having an AI.
And so
Yeah.
it'd be interesting if you could create certain parameters of your work. So the AI would come up with new concepts, and then you can
Yeah.
explore their view and their take on your work.
Yeah.
So it's almost evolving a consciousness through your art. So your
Yeah.
art took on its own aura or entity.
Yeah, true. And always changing.
Yeah, so it's good. It's good. It's evolving.
Yeah. True.
Mm. So with VR expression and haptic feedback, would you like to explore ways where you can actually feel your work?
Yes, I think that would be even something bigger that could open up. And sensing to music videos would be pretty crazy.
Mm.
I mean, I saw a video where like a person had some suit on and he could just push his arm somewhere and he would feel something
Mm.
without something being there. I think you could create new worlds, and I think I also, for myself, I would lose a bit of reality, a sense of reality, which is okay. I mean, if you're questioning reality anyway.
Yeah, so being able to have haptic feedback response. So with your work, it's almost got like a post-apocalyptic vibe in some videos, and then it's got like a foreign utopia of positive
Yeah.
outcomes. It would be interesting to see if your work could actually shape not only the world within and behind the screen, the digital world, but if it had a physical feedback. So your rhythms, your tones could then actually shape an actual environment.
Yeah.
So you could create geological landscapes and mountains through different pitches in tone and things like that, having an expanded result to something you've created.
Or something extremely different, just like something that not even includes a room or a space
Mm.
or like objects that we know. They're just completely in a different aspect of seeing things. Yeah.
No, that'd be good. That'd be really good. That'd be really good. I'm very excited to see more from you. So, have you got any work of late you're working on? Any inspiration? What is it you pull your inspiration from? Is it, yeah, go into more detail. How is your process?
Yeah.
It's
I mean, the inspiration I got was actually that the most sounds I heard weren't the sounds I want to hear, or whatever I tried to find. I mostly was uninspired. So I tried to figure out for my own what I want to hear and
Mhm.
what I want to listen to. And I mean, my biggest inspiration is still kind of Björk. I don't like to be related to her so much because clearly I'm a completely different person,
Mm.
and I'm also trying to figure out my own way. And but the problem is that like my way and the way of Björk is pretty similar of where we want to go, and this is why I think a lot of people relate to me with that, and it's kind of an honor, you know. But yeah, I think yeah, the biggest inspiration is still Björk and Sade. I
Mm.
don't know if you, yeah.
I'm glad. I'm glad that this is pulled inspiration, but you're cutting your own pathway in your own individuality. You've completely surpassed the shadow and become your own entity.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad. No, that's very cool. I much prefer that.
Yeah.
So it's not it's the route less traveled.
Yeah. I'm also very interested how far or where artificial intelligence will bring us with the entertainment base, and
Mm.
how much the music industry and providers, for example, like Spotify, can suddenly control trends because they have someone like an AI figuring out the new trend or even creating one
Mm.
with some kind of ways to do that over social networks and all that. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
So just the expansion of like the algorithm. Say it's
yeah,
all machine learning, which just pushes forward as a natural progression of the technology rather than just an intended,
yeah.
which is
I could
is
I
Like,
could even imagine like augmented reality, like when you go to work, for example, you're like you have like glasses on, you have like headphones on, and you just go somewhere, and those glasses are, for example, AR glasses,
mm,
and you just walk around, you hear music, and you see objects adding up to your environment while you go to work. And for you, it's just the basic entertainment suddenly because you're used to that, you know. And for me, it's mind blowing right now.
yeah, that's yeah. I say it's even working in that kind of field. It's just it pushes creativity to new heights because
Yeah,
it's still, in my opinion, the wild west of the technology. You can still there's no right and wrong way of creating
yeah,
technology, so you can push any idea, throw it at a wall, see what
yeah,
sticks.
true.
It's a very exciting time to be in future tech.
Yeah, that's true. This is actually the time where all sci-fi movies talk about soon, I think. Like 20 more years, and the most sci-fi movies are actually
Yeah, a reality. Yeah, so
yeah,
we're just a little bit behind from the movies. As soon as we can catch
yeah,
up and then overtake the movies, then
yeah,
what? Then
true,
what happens?
true.
It's-
Yeah, I think also that for music, the music industry will kind of reach its peak the next couple years and maybe the next 10 years.
yeah,
Since this could be like this is like a full experience of expression. You can't really say it's just music. You can't really say it's just video. You can't really say what it is. You know,
mm.
it's a complete virtual experience. Maybe after that, like after a while, um, you can't really say, yeah, I'm listening to music because there's always something
Something
going
going
on.
on. It's not just audio anymore. It's
Yeah,
more of
true.
like a symphony of experience rather than just
Yeah,
having pure sound. You've got the visuals. At some point, I can imagine you'll have the smell and the taste of music.
yeah, true. Yeah, it just all melts together at one place.
Mm.
And then I don't know what's gonna happen.
We'll find out. We'll see. And
Yeah,
I'm sure whatever it is will be exciting.
yeah, true.
And I'm just looking forward to somehow translating the Queen album, Queen's Greatest Hits, into future tech.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm very down to collaborate with an AI, and I don't want to push the AI to something that the AI maybe doesn't want. I just really want to figure out together something that will be interesting.
That'd be good. I say AI is take on music.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. Maybe there will be some humans say that they don't see AI music as real music, or maybe that happens, or they don't want to appreciate it because it's something that is way easier for to create because it's kind of a calculation.
mm,
And for the music, for the musicians and the artists, it's like wow, they think they create something extremely crazy no one ever thought of, but the AI already thought of it. And this
yeah.
could maybe make like a lot of desperation to find something, or also frustration, but
Well,
also
I was just thinking as
a
well.
big change.
What would AI singing be? So
Yeah.
the way we perceive singing may be differently to what they
Yeah.
perceive as singing. So it would be interesting
Yeah.
to hear
Wow. Yeah.
how an AI would vocalize its feelings.
Yeah. Will they imitate human language? Will they use some of that, or will they completely reinvent their communication? I
May-
think even like AIs will communicate completely different than they try to communicate with humans.
mm. Yeah, I would imagine they would adopt their own language at some point. It gets
Yeah.
to a point where they can better translate um, their information
Yeah.
instead
The
of
expression.
yeah expressionism. Right. So where can we find your work? Where's the best place to contact you and follow your videos and whatnot?
So I have a website. It's phyllisjosephine.com, where you can find all the links to all my social media. So I think it's the best to say that's the perfect place to go to. Um, Also on the pages in the background, my video of power playing. So if you can click on that, or you can go just to my YouTube and check that out. And yeah, I'm working on my new EP, and
Mm.
I'm also working on a new video, but it still needs a lot of rethinking. And yeah, I'm very excited for the future.
That's it. No, we're excited as well. So it's been a pleasure talking to you.
It was a pleasure. Thank
That's
you.
it. Well, enjoy your evening. Well, I'm sure we'll hear from you again soon.
Yes.
Right. Right.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye.